McGregor did. It's really a trick. He gets these people to box with him. They have no business boxing with him, and he's making millions and millions of dollars doing this way after his competitive career is over. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's absolutely, he needs money.
You think he's going broke?
Again, come on. Fighters like that always go broke.
Because everything that he says is about money. There's nothing else. There's no values. There's no...
Joe Rogan went straight at Floyd Mayweather, openly challenging whether Floyd's big money story actually adds up. The controversy centers on Mayweather's claim that he owns 60 buildings worth a combined $42 million, but according to multiple reliable sources, those headline-grabbing figures don't hold up. They argue that the wealth Mayweather proudly presents to the public is heavily overstated, even though he's built a reputation around massive financial success. The reality may be very different. Behind the image of a thriving real estate empire, Mayweather's alleged fortune is being described as something far less solid, more like an illusion held together by misleading claims and empty promises.
So Floyd is just piecing him up. Boxed up by literally the greatest boxer of all time. Floyd was just boxing him up, which is what he does. So that's what's interesting is Floyd's making more money than anybody, and he's boxing people who have no chance of beating him. It doesn't even hurt his record. Also money. He needs that money. That money has to keep coming in if you're going to live like this.
It's not that expensive, though, but...
He's only 46. But he does this with everything, man. He's got $1 million watches.
I don't think he buys every pair.
You think they give them to him?
Yeah, because then you get a video like that.
Right. That's smart.
And then you get Floyd's Air Force Ones given away for charity. That's a tax write-off. There's all sorts of things that goes into
Yeah, you
that.
got a good point. But those $1 million watches, they're not giving you those.
Over the years, Floyd's image clearly shifted. He went from being known as an electrifying boxer in the ring to fully embracing the Money Mayweather persona. Joe Rogan pointed out that at some stage, Floyd seemed to lose interest in the excitement of the sport itself. Instead, his attention appeared to move toward chasing bigger paydays, all while regularly showing a lack of respect toward the fighters he was up against.
Floyd went from being like a really exciting pressure fighter and he had a bunch of hand problems to like Money Mayweather, start talking, just boxing people's faces off. No more hand problems, much more money.
Yeah, I love what he's doing too, beating up these YouTube guys.
It's great.
I love it.
It's so funny that these guys are willing to get beat up by him.
Well, I think they're all delusional.
And one of the reasons why people watch him fight is not because he's like Mike Tyson, just goes out and destroys people. They like watching him fight because they hate him. Because he talks so much shit and he's like, look at my $1 million watch, look at my fucking jet, look at my house, look at this. He's like constantly showing you all these things that he has. Like he'll lay out watches in a hotel bed, like this is $1 million worth of watches. This watch goes for $2 million. And they're like, this is my small watch that I take sometimes, but when I'll show you, when I'll show up, I bring out the big boy and it brings out this watch that's covered in diamonds. It's like $5 million. And so you hate him.
Joe Rogan has also argued that Floyd isn't just known for what he accomplished in the ring, but for how much wealth is associated with. Mayweather is undeniably one of the most recognizable boxers of all time still. Rogan has been harsh about the idea of Floyd stepping into MMA. He said plainly that Mayweather wouldn't stand a chance and would get overwhelmed in that environment. Comments like that show how even well-known voices in combat sports have doubted whether Floyd's talent would translate beyond boxing.
Floyd Mayweather applying for MMA license wants 6 to 8 months to train. He's screwed. First of all, they should give him everything they can get their greasy paws on, get him to fight Conor in an MMA fight.
You'd be screwed.
It's not just getting screwed. Like someone said it should be 1,000 to 1. That's not high enough. It's not high enough. If Conor McGregor was going to fight Floyd Mayweather in MMA, it is as close to 100% as anything ever gets ever. He's probably going to punch Conor in the face a couple of times. It's probably going to suck. But Conor's going to get a hold of him, and then he's going to be like a baby. And if that doesn't happen, he'll kick Floyd's legs out from under him. He'll kick his legs sideways. He'll kick them from the outside. He'll kick them from the inside. He'll stay way the way from any sort of a range where Floyd can punch him. It'll be a completely alien range for Floyd.
In another moment, Joe Rogan brought up an example that he says shows just how much control Floyd has in the boxing world. He shared a story claiming that Mayweather once had a referee removed while a fight was still going on. At Rogan's point, with that only someone with Floyd's level of status could make something like that happen. According to him, Mayweather sits at the peak of the sport, not just because of his name, but because of the influence that comes with it. And once again, it highlights how much Floyd's wealth shapes nearly every part of his career.
The referee said Floyd Mayweather hit him behind the head. So Floyd fired the referee in the middle of the bout. Floyd throws this punch, and he's 100% correct. The punch landed the side of the head. It's a right hook. It's a perfect punch. And the referee was saying, watch the back of the head. He's like, what the are you talking about? And so he kicks the guy out, and they bring in a different referee who finishes the fight. It was insanity.
Joe Rogan believes Floyd's intense drive to win was built into him early on. It's said that Mayweather grew up around constant competition, with both his father and his uncle pushing that mindset and training him to give maximum effort in everything. Rogan argues that this is a big reason Floyd became such a dominant fighter during his best years. But he also suggests that the same win-at-all-cost mentality didn't stop with boxing. It appears to influence the way Mayweather now handles money, business, and the image he builds around his wealth.
You just look at boxing in terms of like how often you get hit versus how often you hit the other guy. He's the best ever. The way him and his uncle and his father talk, I imagine they were always super competitive from the time they were young.
Yeah.
Like he grew up being they're super competitive. They're competitive about talking. They're competitive about all kinds of things. So it's like that hive, like growing up with that all the time, and the boxing skill.
Floyd has even said at one point that he brings in around $3 million every single month, implying he's earning more than someone like Bill Gates. Those kinds of comments might sound impressive to a lot of fans, but for people who understand how boxing income really works, especially the way big purses and pay-per-view splits are structured, claims like that come across as far more unrealistic than believable. Most experts have brushed off those figures, arguing that the math simply doesn't make sense in the real world.
Now, Floyd Mayweather says he makes $300 million a month, which is $3.6 billion a year. He makes more money than Jeff Bezos, Bill Gates, all of those guys. So I say all that to say this. The money that Canelo was looking for, they can easily come up with that money. Floyd Mayweather got it.
Well, listen, let me put it this way to you. If he makes what did he say, $300 million a month?
Yes, sir.
Okay, I'm 6'4" and 240. And I know I'm 5'8" and a half and 240. So there you go. There's no way. There's that. If he makes $3 million a month on his investments, that's a lot. $36 million a year. That's a lot. So I know guys that are worth, $500-600 million, plenty of them, and they don't make $36 million a year, let alone $300 million a month. So there you go.
Floyd has consistently made it clear that money sits at the center of how he views life. He's even talked about wanting his kids to take the same path he did and get involved in the same kind of business. According to him, the goal is to build wealth that lasts for generations. At the same time, that mindset has drawn plenty of criticism. Some people argue that he puts financial gain ahead of personal values, and that his obsession with money has become more important to him than who he is as a person.
I believe in building generational wealth. Even like when my children, all four of my children are adults. And I told them, no more handouts, because I feel like I'm hurting my children just by, I give them money, they go shopping, they put gas in their car, they party, they come back, I need money. I give them money, I buy them houses, I buy them cars. I told them, listen, if you guys go to school or you work in one of my businesses, then you can branch off, get your own business, and I'll put the money up to help you start a business, but I need you guys to take what I've already started and triple and double that, and then I need my grandchildren to come behind you guys and do the same thing.
Even with all the money Floyd is believed to have made, there have still been multiple reports and accusations suggesting he's owed cash to other people in the fight world. One of the most well-known claims came from rapper 50 Cent. He alleged that while Mayweather was in jail, Floyd asked him to manage his promotional work. According to 50, he put money into it, around $2 million, but later said that once Floyd was out, he acted as if none of it ever happened and denied knowing anything about the deal.
We brought them over. I brought them over while Floyd was, still incarcerated.
Yeah.
Then he comes home. There's the Let's Get Floyd Back in Pocket campaign that goes on, where it's $300,000 chains being bought and buying the new Lamborghini and all these new things, and I'm sitting there going, yo, when you gonna give me the money?
Because you had already invested.
Right, like when you gonna give me your half of the money back. But I ain't trying to press him because he just got out of jail, right? So it's like, let him cool his heels before you.
Was that in the millions?
Yeah.
Okay.
So you sitting there big, and I'm like, yo, so when, but see, the fighters are an asset in themselves. They are that talent, regardless.
Right.
You know, so I'm looking at him going, so there ain't no pressure there, but I'm saying, when is he gonna say he wants to, you know, to give me the other half of it? Why I gotta ask you for it?
Right.
And then when he,
are we talking over $2 million?
It's about that.
Oh, okay.
At that point, it was, you know, invested in.
All right.
So look, he goes, when he finally does bring up the actual the situation, he acted like he didn't know anything. Like, I didn't tell y'all to do that. I didn't tell you to do that.
Oh, man.
And I'm looking at him, and he looked in my face and he told me to do that.
50 Cent didn't limit his criticism to that single situation. Late on, he claimed that a lot of people around Floyd don't actually care for him, according to 50. Mayweather is fixated on money to the point where it overshadows basic principles. He also said Floyd is always talking about how rich and important he is, which, in his view, makes it hard for people to admire him for anything other than what he achieved inside the ring.
So the money's really gone?
Yeah, that's what you think. It's get the money, spend the money.
All that money?
Yeah, it's been 2 years.
So is it just his overhead is so high on a day-to-day, month-to-month? Like
I don't even want to talk about it. Like within lifestyle, that money's gone, trust me. Now it's like, you call him, he'll be at your, you know, your local hosting in a nightclub, because you need that action right now.
Do you think he'll step back in the ring?
I think he got to right now because the money gone.
Floyd's money-related drama doesn't stop there. Logan Paul has also publicly claimed that Mayweather still owes him money from their exhibition bout. Even though the event drew huge worldwide attention and brought in millions, Logan says he never received the full payment. Stories like this only add to the growing pattern people point to, where Floyd's money-first mentality seems to go beyond branding and into situations that spark real controversy.
Why fight Logan Paul?
Name another boxer besides myself that's more famous than Logan Paul.
Tyson Fury?
What? I want you to look up Tyson Fury, how many followers, and look up how many followers Logan Paul has.
Logan Paul, 56 million. Tyson Fury, 4 million.
So 50 compared to 4 something. I can fight a fighter right now, guarantee myself 35 million. Or me and Logan Paul can go out and entertain and have fun and make 100 million or more. So if you were me, you gotta look at 35 million for 12 rounds and 100 for 6 rounds. Big difference.
Oscar de la Hoya has weighed in on it as well. He's suggested that Floyd may still be chasing money, which is why he keeps returning for fights every so often. De La Hoya argues that a lot of boxers end up losing their fortunes because they live too extravagantly. And considering Floyd's reputation for non-stop luxury, high-end cars, designer outfits, and private jet travel, De La Hoya's concerns don't seem to come out of nowhere.
Floyd Mayweather fought another exhibition against Gotti last Saturday. A real the crowd booing in the arena at the end. But in the middle of the second round, Floyd literally had the referee swapped out. He didn't like that the referee told him to stop hitting behind the head. Floyd is used to having the refs do whatever he wants, and he wasn't getting his way this time. It was so embarrassing. Floyd, you're 50 years old. You're a legend in the sport. I've stood up for you in countless interviews, including Shannon Sharp's podcast last week. But you have to stop embarrassing yourself with these exhibitions. I know life is hard. I know life is expensive. But come on, dude, put your legacy first. Nobody wants to remember you like this. And it gets worse, your jeweler filed a lawsuit against you in Miami. And many are saying you're gonna have to sell off your assets. I hate seeing this happen, bro.
Floyd has repeatedly found himself in the spotlight for how aggressively he spends. He's shown off an $18 million watch and has also claimed he owns hundreds of other timepieces. Many of them worth thousands of dollars each. Those displays might impress some people, but they also raise a bigger question. Even with the kind of money Floyd is known for, spending at that level naturally leads to doubts about whether it can realistically last over the long run.
How much is it, baby?
$1.8 million.
$1.8 million watch.
$1.8 million, dude?
You're the first to see it.
That's insane. That
1.8 is high. 18 life.
That happy birthday, champ. That's how we doing. That is sick, dude.
But you gotta show him what he say.
Money green.
No,
Hold on. This watch was made specifically for the champ, Floyd Money Mayweather. One of one piece.
One of one.
Money team.
Can we see it on him?
Yes, sir.
That one of one.
$1.8 million.
It's a one of one. I love that.
Joe Rogan was one of the people who openly said the Floyd versus Conor McGregor fight was basically designed to cash in. Mayweather had already stepped away from the sport, but he came back for what was reported as a $100 million paycheck in what was treated more like a spectacle than a true competitive bout. And for a fighter who never hides how much he values money, Rogan saw it as yet another case of Floyd using his name and popularity to generate another massive payout.
Your new contract, you wanted no extensions. That's one thing.
Yeah,
makes sense.
that's one thing.
Okay. What was one of them? The ability to box?
One of them was the ability to box. They said that wasn't an option. Boxing is dead. It's not possible. This and that.
Now, what does that feel like to you, knowing that Conor McGregor did it and fought Floyd Mayweather and made $100 million?
Yes, gentlemen, let's do this.
A bitch, nigga, that's that shit I don't like. Nah. Sneak this that's that shit I don't like.
Floyd has never tried to hide how highly he thinks of his own legacy. He regularly claims that no fighter in boxing history has done what he's done. That level of self-belief is obvious, but along with it comes his habit of constantly measuring himself against everyone else. While that kind of talk helps build his image, it also gives critics more reason to question him, and it keeps the skepticism surrounding his claims alive.
Well, I think I'm separated now. You know, I don't think there's no boxer in history that has accomplished what I've accomplished. Not bragging or boasting, just speaking the truth. I take my hat off to a lot of legendary champions, you know, that paved the way for me to be where I'm at in the sport of boxing. But that was their era, and this is my era. I had a tremendous career. And we got young fighters that's on the rise, that's under our banner. The ultimate goal is to find the next Floyd Mayweather that can break my records.
Floyd was willing to step into the ring with Logan Paul for a payday, but later turned around and criticized Mike Tyson for taking a fight with Jake Paul at an older age. A lot of fans and commentators quickly pointed out the contradiction to them. It came off like Floyd wanted to decide which money-driven fights are acceptable, supporting the idea when it benefits him, but judging it when someone else does the same thing.
When you watch something like Mike Tyson and Jake Paul, what is your reaction?
When you watching boxing for free, you can have millions and millions and millions of views. But when you're watching Floyd Mayweather, you have to pay. I think WWE is good for Logan.
And Jake Paul?
Easy. At 48, too easy.
Mike Tyson has also made it clear that he isn't a fan of Floyd. At one point, he said he doesn't like Mayweather because even after stepping away from boxing, Floyd still constantly flaunts his lifestyle and business-first mindset. But the way he's pursued money over the years has also led to criticism, especially when it comes to the ethics behind it, between stories about people claiming they weren't paid and repeated doubts about the numbers he puts out publicly. There have been moments where Floyd's idea of success appears less about honesty and more about maintaining an image.
Floyd Mayweather is the most successful boxer in history with a 50-0 record, and one of the wealthiest athletes of all time with $1 billion in earnings. But I bet you didn't know it all started with a $750,000 bet on himself. Here's the wild story. In 2006, Floyd Mayweather was 10 years into his boxing career and earning over $5 million per fight. At the time, Mayweather was signed to Bob Arum's Top-Rank Boxing promotion, a partnership which saw Arum get 25% of Mayweather's fight purse. But Mayweather wanted more, and in 2006, he turned down $8 million to fight Antonio Margarita and said he deserved $20 million to fight Oscar De La Hoya. Arum wasn't happy and wouldn't pay up, so Mayweather paid the $750,000 exit fee in his contract to leave Top Rank. Mayweather then went on to promote his own fights, earning a percentage of every ticket, hot dog, and beer sold at the event, and most importantly, all pay-per-views sold. And just 1 year later in 2007, after leaving Top Rank, Mayweather made $25 million for his win against Oscar De La Hoya. Now that's what happens when you bet on yourself.
That wraps up today's video. Make sure to stay tuned for the next one.